Hey guys, welcome to week 4 of the All-Star Fantasy Football League. We had a pretty good weekend this weekend. Some teams were kind of out of the ordinary, going to get a win, and other teams we thought would get a loss, but didn't happen just yet. One good thing to mention though, the New England Patriots finally lost a game, and I'd love to see that happen. I don't know. Big Ben did very good, 5 touchdown passes. Julio Jones, 300 yards receiving. Yep, a lot of good things happened. But let's get into the matchups here. We had Buckeye Nation and Colorado Antlers. Now, this is bye week started, and both of these teams had issues. Not issues. They had bye weeks on their team. Had to adjust the lineups a little bit. And one team thought that they were going to get the win, and the other one just lucked out. And I'm talking about, of course, Buckeye Nation. Brian, you had Bradford in there. I didn't think he was going to do too well, but he did. Giovanni didn't do well. He only had 6 points for you. The Vikings defense didn't get negative, but they got 8 points. So it was good. You were down about a few points coming into Monday night. You needed Bradford, and you needed also the Vikings defense to get you something, and you did. So that's good. That gets you the come-from-behind victory, and that gets you the close game of the week. For you, Mark, you had Flacco on the bench. Could have got you 2 more points. And Sammy Coates, he got you 13. You got Benjamin in there with 6, and you had Amendola in there with -2. But if you put Sammy Coates in instead of Amendola, we're talking a different winner here. But it's all good. They had some bench points. Everybody has bench points every week. 126, 117 is the final here. It's pretty good. I got a quote from Buckeye Nation here. It says, "It looked impossible at first. Luckily, Minnesota had a great game, and it feels good to be 5-0 and to have Colorado Antlers hanging on his wall." Yes, that is right. Colorado Antlers are up on the wall now in Buckeye Nation's house. Congratulations, Brian. All right, moving on here to the Hooligans. We had Hooligans versus Big Blue World Champs. Now, not much out of the ordinary to speak of between the Hooligans and the Big Blue here. Breeze, of course, ties a season low, only getting him 16 points for the Hooligans. Charles Sims only got 2. The Cardinals got 7 for you. You had Smith, your receiver, got you 25, so that's pretty good, but you needed a little bit more help. And as for Big Blue, I was hoping for him to get his first loss, but Russell Wilson, I thought he was going to be hurt for a little while, but he comes in there and gets 30 points. Olsen got you 21. Thomas got you 21 points, 22 points from the Broncos. Odell Beckham Jr., he's not very happy with his situation in New York right now. He doesn't fit the scheme, he thinks, but we'll see what happens with that. Big Blue wins here, 140-108. That is, gets the big win of the week trophy. Not the most points scored, but the big win of the week by a 32-point margin. So congrats to you, Jeremy and Big Blue, on moving on. And hopefully Breeze can break that break to 200-yard mark again. It's crazy to see him barely break 200. He needs to get back up to the 350, 400 range and some touches. Anyway, next matchup, we have the Texas Cake Standers and Death by Taxes. A matchup that I had me shaking my head in disbelief. I'm sitting there. I had a good lineup in there. I had all my players are doing very well. And at the same time, I'm looking at the Falcons play the Carolina Panthers. I'm like, there's no way that Carolina's defense is that bad this year. That to allow one receiver to have 300 yards, it's crazy. Julio Jones puts a 48 bomber on me. 48 points against me. I can't believe it. I was a little bit upset. I still am a little bit, still touchy. Scoring 139 and losing. I think is that the most points scored with a loss? I don't know. I'll have to go back a couple of seasons to look. But Dave, you had Bortles in there. He got 29. Forte, you only got you 5. I was pretty excited after that. Melvin Gordon, they gave him the ball a few times there in the red zone, and I was hoping that Phillip Rivers would throw it to Williams, but he never did. Julio, like I said, 48. Jarvis, Landry, Jordan Reed, 28 points from your tight end. -2 from the Jets, but you didn't need it. 165 for you, Dave, or 139 for me. 26-point win. You get the most points scored trophy of the week. And congratulations on moving on to 5-0. Yeah. Still shaking my head. Taco Corp Eskimos and Corn-Fed Fatties are next here. Brandon, you had a few. This is a low-scored game, guys. 86-71 is the final on this one. Nobody broke triple digits. And both of these teams are coming in here hoping for a win. A season low for both teams, actually. And I don't understand it. It's not that they have bad lineups. It's just that their players are underperforming. And I just don't know what to say or do. You can't do anything. It's out of your hands. It's out of your hands. It's been a long set of testing weeks for these two teams. Taco Corp Eskimos Bradford Stafford only got you 7. LeGarrette Blunt got you 8. Washington got you 1. And Hopkins got you 1. The rest of your guys here, I mean, you put Tyrod in there and you put Robert Woods in there, the guys from Buffalo, you win. But Stafford, I mean, he's always got a good arm. I thought he would be good too, but it's just one of those weeks, man. For you, Brandon, Kirk Cousins got you 21. Johnson got you 11, and Jimmy Graham, another Jimmy Graham sighting with 17 points. Gostkowski, a kicker who did not do very well. He got -1 for you. Crazy. 86-71 here. Corn-Fed Fatties over Taco Corp Eskimos. The Eskimos get the low score of the week trophy. I'm sorry. Next and final matchup we're going to talk about is the Fairway Flyers and the Colorado Reapers, the other team from Colorado. Now, Jonathan he's been having some trying weeks, but this week Cam Newton did okay for him, even though Carolina got destroyed. Todd Gurley got you 12. LaShawn McCoy had a very good week with 22 points. Michael Crabtree, for Oakland, 33 points. I thought, what's his name? Amari Cooper was going to get more looks, but Crabtree's coming into his own there in Oakland. And I tell you what, that Oakland offense is looking pretty strong, guys. And the Rams, of course, Rams defense got you 16 points. For you, Mike Simeon, he goes up and he comes down. Is he going to go back up or is he going to stay on that lower level? We don't know. We'll find out. He's got a good surrounding team. I mean, C.J. Henderson, he's got a good offensive line. The Broncos are decent. Receivers, I mean, come on. Le'Veon Bell, his first week back, guys, got 22 points. That's pretty good. Larry Fitzgerald, of course, got 11. He's staying in the double digits. We'll see what happens. Even with Dez Bryant inactive for the Fairway Flyers. He was active on the Fairway Flyers roster, but inactive on the actual roster for this week. And he didn't need him. 116-102 is the final for the Fairway Flyers over the Colorado Reapers. Mike, you got some points on the bench there, bud. Osweiler, Fuller, and Marshall. Take a look. But anyway, guys, that's that. I said, I'm correcting myself earlier. Brian said he feels good to be 4-0, not 5-0. So the NFC is 4-0 for the Buckeye Nation. Fairway Flyers at 2-2. Antlers and the Reapers at 1-3, as well as the Fatties. In the AFC, we have Big Blue World Champs and Death by Texas at 4-0. I'm at 2-2, and Hooligans at 1-3, and of course the Eskimos at 0-4, looking for a win. Guys, that is your Week 4 recap. Sorry it was short. Y'all have a good week. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck.